December 10th, 1815. Ada was born Augusta Ada Byron to poet Lord Byron and Anne Isabel Milbank in London, England.
January 16th, 1816. Ada's parents, Lord Byron Lovelace and Anne Milbank, separate. After Lord Byron left his wife and daughter, Anne began to hate him. She did everything in her power to stop Ada from becoming like him, although science and math were considered masculine topics.
April 19th, 1824. Lord Byron died in Greece at the age 36. He died in a war. Ada was 8 years old and had never met her.
October 1st, 1829. Ada got measles. She didn't recover until April 1st, 1832. The illness caused her to get chronic migraines into her adult life.
June 5th, 1833. On June 5th, 1833, Ada attended a party, to which she uses her debut. At this party, she met Charles Babbage. He spoke excitedly about an invention he called the difference machine, a machine that could make reliable calculations at the turn of a handle. A few days later, Babbage invited Lovelace to his home to show her his prototype for the difference machine. Ada became intrigued by the incomplete prototype.
July 8th, 1835. Ada married William King, 8th Baron King, and when he became an earl in 1838, she became Countess of Lovelace, which gave her the last name Lovelace. They had 3 children together. 1843. When Babbage began plotting his next invention, the analytical engine, Lovelace acted as its key interpreter. While collecting donations for his new project, he met Luigi Federico Menembri. Menembri agreed to write a paper on the engine. The original paper was only 8,000 words long, but Lovelace's translated version, to which she added her own notes and annotations to, ended up being around 20,000 words long. The article titled Notions sur la machine analytique de Charles Babbage, Elements of Charles Babbage's Analytical Machine. Her detailed and elaborate annotations, especially her description of how the proposed analytical engine could be programmed to compute Bernoulli numbers, were excellent. The analytical engine, she said, weaved algebraic patterns just as the jacquard loom weaved flowers and leaves. Her notes were outstanding. She articulated in a way that not even Babbage himself could the poetic significance of his machine could have. She wrote, "The science constitutes the language through which alone we can adequately express the great facts of the natural world and those unceasing changes of mutual relationship which, visibly or invisibly, consciously or unconsciously to our immediate physical perceptions, are interminably going on the agencies of the creation we live amidst."
November 27th, 1852. Ada passed away. Years later, scholars began to dispute how much she truly influenced the machine. Historian Collier argued that her contributions had been greatly overstated, and we quote, "It is no exaggeration to say that she was a manic depressive with the most amazing delusions about her own talents, and a rather shallow understanding of Charles Babbage and the analytical engine." Many people rejected this notion and blamed it on the fact that computer programming had become much more important, and that the people who had tried to undermine her legacy in order to enforce the idea that programming was exclusively for men. 1980. The computer language Ada was first introduced to the world, and it was updated in 1990s. It is used from everything from payroll processing to air traffic control.
Ada is known today as the first ever computer programmer due to her strong influence on Babbage's analytical engine.